Such unparalleled grace. I'm just saying. Welcome to the BookTube Club hosted by me, Jenny. Today is the August and September edition because, Jenny, you suck at doing regular videos. Who needs routine? Let us commence. I like tea. I like tea a lot. I actually only read 3 books in August because I had a lot of stuff going on, so yeah. Moving on. The first book that I read was Monsters of Men, the last book in the Chaos Walking trilogy. Settlers, there's a new world, human people are settling there. There's this noise, which is a disease. Everybody can hear the men's thoughts. Then there's this evil tyrant president who wants to take over the world. And then there's a war, which I will not tell you what it is about in case you haven't read the first and the second book, because I don't want to spoil you. But I really liked it. It was so good. I was hesitant with The Knife of Never Letting Go. I really loved The Ask and the Answer. I just love the title. The title is so awesome. And I also really enjoyed Monsters of Men because the story is just so different from what I've read. The whole world is so different. The characters are amazing. The character relationships are amazing. Like Todd and Viola, their relationship, I just love it. I really like the underlying themes, like the morality, the questions of, you know, being human, what does it mean to be peaceful, how to live with another race, and just learning from the world. It's a really good series. So if you haven't read it yet and you're looking for something different and something really good, go read it. I highly recommend it. Go read it. Next, I read The Furies of Calderon, which is the first book in the Codex Alera series. I did a review on that book. I will link it for you. And I'm currently actually reading the second book, and it's awesome right now. It's like the action is picking up. I really like the first one. The second one's even better. And I can't wait to see where the series goes. It's about this country named Alera, and this boy, and all the people there can Furycraft, and there's this boy, his name is Tabby, and he can't. And then enemies threaten the kingdom, and it needs to be protected. By whom? You can go guess. After some really heavy stories, like the Furies of Calderon was fantasy and the Chaos Walking was like, ooh, I needed something light and fluffy, so I decided to pick up Anna and the French Kiss. And I didn't really know what to expect because I know a lot of people really like that book. It turned out I really liked the book as well. It's just a really easy breezy romantic read. I was really rooting for Etienne until like halfway through the book, by which time I was just like, head, ow, that hurt. And The French Kiss is about this girl who is sent to Paris for her last year, for her senior year of high school, and she really hates it. And then she meets this boy named Etienne, and he's like perfect, but he has a girlfriend, and they become best friends. And then, you know, it's a love story. They all die in the end. Oops. After reading Anna and the French Kiss, I decided to pick up Lola and the Boy Next Door because I couldn't get enough of Stephanie Perkins' writing. It's really nice and easy to read, and it was perfect. And I liked Lola and the not Lola and the French Kiss, Lola and the Boy Next Door a lot, but not as much as Anna and the French Kiss. And I really like that the characters from Anna and the French Kiss got integrated into Lola and the Boy Next Door. And Cricket, like the gift that Cricket gave to Lola, the gift, you know what I mean, the gift. It is, what? Yeah, that was basically me reading. I was just like, yeah. I'm such a loser. And then, of course, I picked up the transfer because everybody's in a Divergent craze. You saw the trailers, you saw the movie clips, the movie looks awesome. And then Allegiant is coming out in October and I'm so excited. I'm really excited. The short story was alright. It was, I don't know, as you might know, I'm not really that into short stories. I actually stopped reading the Bane Chronicles because they kind of got boring. And I know that this, like the 4 short stories series, which is like free for the transfer, and there's like the Initiate, the whatever. I don't know yet if I'm gonna pick that one up because, yeah, it's not like The Darkest Minds short story. If you have not read that one, I forgot its name, but go read that one. But the transfer was just, it was alright, I guess. After the transfer, I read The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde, and that is a play. And I've been meaning to read this for a long time, and I hauled it in my last book haul, and I really, really liked it. Because apparently like is the only adjective I know. I really enjoyed the humorism in the, that sounds like aneurysm. Why is my brain so weird? I'm so tired, I'm dehydrated, my legs hurt. I'm old and broken. I'm old and broken. A friend of mine recommended it to me and I did not expect to like it as much as I did. The play is about a guy whose name is Earnest, but who's actually called Jack. And about him using Earnest as an excuse to travel between the town and the countryside. All the misunderstandings and weird situations that arise through that. I just really, really like it. It's a well-executed satire of social status, and I like the randomness in the play. It's just so different from what I've read. And I actually want to go see that play live somewhere. Maybe I can find a theater where it plays and then I'll go watch it. And I'll see it in 3D. And not just in my brain, but in 3D. It's like a movie, but without a screen, you know? Theater. You should go check it out. It's nice. After that, I read The Spook's Apprentice, which is the first book in the last Apprentice series, or also the Wardstone Chronicles. The series is really confusing because it has a ton of different names depending on whether it's the UK version or the American version. All the books have different names. It was really hard to find the correct book. I decided to read it because Cassie talked about it in one of her older videos, and apparently she's really liked it. And the book was alright. It's about, that sounds very Canadian right now, it's about this boy, Tom, and he's the 7th son of a 7th son, which makes him spook material. And a spook is basically a guy who fights off witches, boggarts, and things from the surrounding areas. He's basically the supernatural exterminator. So, and then it's about Tom's adventures, his first adventures as a spook's apprentice. Yeah, it sounds very promising. The series has, I think, 12 books. It's very long. And I'm sure, I think it might be a series which matures, you know, over time. But I read the first book and it didn't really, you know, pull me in. I think I might give the second book a try, but if I don't like it by then, I'll probably just drop it because there are a lot of other books which, you know, I think 2 books is a valid testing time, I guess. I don't know. If you've read the series, tell me how far I need to read until I'm like, I need more. I can't live without this. But right now, it's you know, okay, I guess. And then I read Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight back to back in like 3 days. I read it actually on the plane ride here, and oh my god. When I read this, the first book was good. The first book reminded me a lot of a kind of like Hunger Games / selection thing because it's about this assassin. Her name is Selena Sardothian. Can I just first say how much I love the names in this book? I just love Sardothian. It just sounds. I just love the names because sometimes it's a fantasy book, and sometimes authors go out of their way to create weird sounding names which are unique but nobody can pronounce. And it's similar in this book as well. but you can actually pronounce the names, and there are also like some pronunciation guides. But the names, they actually sound awesome and not just really weird. Like it's like Nehemia and Kale, which always Kale, I think, which always reminds me of Kale. And then Dorian, well, Dorian isn't, but it's about this assassin, and she is in prison in this slave camp, and she gets a chance for freedom by participating in the king's competition. And the king is looking for a royal assassin, basically, and he decided to host this competition where all of the high lords get to choose a champion, and then the champions fight against each other in different kinds of competition, and the winner in the end becomes the king's assassin. And then there's Selena Sardothian, who is freaking awesome and really kick-ass, and I really like her character. The first book was good. The second book was amazing. After the second book, this world, nothing compares to Harry Potter, but this world, it's a totally different story, but it has what I call Harry Potter potential. It could be amazing, and it's probably currently one of my favorite series in this year. I really love it, and yeah, I really want to read the next book so badly. And it's like a 6-book series, which I really love because it's long, which means the author can actually develop the characters are already so well developed, and the character arcs, the paths that she set out for them, they are very promising. If you haven't read this, go read this immediately, please. Do it. You will not be disappointed. After I finished Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, I read Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And because I really like Rainbow Rowell's books, and she's actually gonna publish a next one next year. This woman is feeding me with material, which I love, and all her books, I just really liked Fangirl. It's basically about this girl. Her name is Cather. Yeah, her name is Cather, and she starts college, and she is very introverted, and she's internet famous because she writes fan fiction about Simon Snow, who's basically the Harry Potter of her world. And she apparently a ton of readers actually read her fan fiction. And then it's also about her real life. She's a twin sister, how they're distancing themselves from one another, and also about, meeting guys, falling in love. It's a really nice read. It's actually not as exhausting to read as Eleanor and Park, by far not as exhausting. And it's not even as exhausting to read as Attachments. There's not a lot of emotional roller coasters, but the story is still really sweet, and it's Rainbow Rowell. I can't help not loving her writing, and as everybody said in almost every single video about one of her books, her writing style is very distinct, and I really like it. I really like her references to like modern culture. It's basically like she gets the readers, and when I'm reading this, I'm like, I know this. Like, she understands me. Yeah, I feel like we're friends. We have this connection. And I think it's awesome that an author can kind of create this connection with the reader. I think that's what it's all about. 2 thumbs up. Opposable. Whoosha. And the last book that I've read so far in September, I mean, there's still 2 days to go, so I hope I'll finish The Academy's Fury, which is the second book in the Codex Lyricis. But I read All Our Yesterdays, which is kind of a YA, not yet dystopian book. It's about time travel. There's this machine which was built. It's called Cassandra. And then there's this girl named M, and she's in a prison cell, and she finds this list one day which basically says all the things that she did when she traveled back in time trying to stop the creation of the time traveling machine. And the last thing on her list says, you have to kill him. It's a really nice concept. It was highly predictable in my eyes, I guess. But the story's nice. I think these YA dystopian, almost apocalyptic things are, getting predictable. I also found The Darkest Minds pretty predictable, because once you read a certain amount of dystopian novels, it's very hard to actually find one which is just really different, I guess. And there's only a slim chance that you'll find something in it that will, you know, stimulate your brain a little bit, give you a little bit of food for thought. This is the end of the BookTube Club today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to review one of these books that I've mentioned, please leave me a comment down below. If you have any recommendations on what I should read next, tell me down below. Just tell me, say hi to me. I'll say hi back. I've actually been posting travel vlogs on my vlog channel. I'll link it down below, so if you want to see what I'm up to, I'm actually going traveling again next week to Shanghai. Okay, this is getting really awkward right now. You feeling it? Thanks for watching. Let's be friends on Goodreads. Bye!